Hello everyone and welcome to Victoria's Cantina. Today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Force Awakens Black Series number 3 Kylo Ren 6-inch scale figure. Alright you guys, and as you can see here from the packaging, this is more of the same, the 6-inch Black Series lineup for Star Wars The Force Awakens. Very nice looking. I think the red insert in the box nicely contrasts against the blacked out look of the figure, and a pretty cool looking image of Kylo Ren there on the lower right. The side of the box shows us this is number 3 in the 6-inch Black Series lineup, and then the back of the box gives us another look at Kylo Ren, and then some more information there. A dark warrior strong with the Force, Kylo Ren commands First Order missions with a temper as fiery as his unconventional lightsaber. Alright guys, so as you can see here, Kylo Ren has a very cool and dark warrior type look to him. Personally, I've always been drawn to the dark side type characters in the Star Wars universe, so I've definitely been intrigued with Kylo Ren so far. Looks to be a very nice sculpt done for the figure. Almost a bit scary looking even in appearance, and actually quite a bit skinny from what I can tell here. As you can see, the figure is a mix of plastic and soft robes that make up the overall costume for the figure. Looks to be very nicely articulated and comes with his signature Kylo Ren lightsaber as well. Alright you guys, to give you a close-up here of the head, looks to be pretty cool. Definitely a bit on the scary side. The way that his hood kind of drapes looks okay. It's a little bit, kind of sticks up here on that side, but nonetheless, looks pretty good. Definitely has like a very sports jersey type feel to it. It's kind of stretchy. Looks like it's a little bit frayed along the edges. Go ahead and pull back the hood so you can get a better look there at his mask. And it has a very alien type look to it. I mean, it's even kind of Darth Vader-like in appearance, like the way that the back of the helmet kind of flares out at the bottom. But, definitely very alien feel to it. As you can see, the paint is a little bit messy up here at the top of the, right there where he has those silver stripes. The eyes just look, pretty empty. You don't know what's going on underneath that mask. This is kind of like a breathing apparatus or some part of the mask. And it does have a Darth Vader kind of quality to it. But, still pretty imposing, pretty terrifying in a way, and still very, very cool looking. So underneath that, he has a plastic part there for his robes. As you can see, it's sculpted very, very nicely. Has some very nice detail. And the 3 3/4 inch figure had something very similar. The rest of the outfit, like I said, a very nice balance of soft goods and plastic. Very nice looking belt there with some very nice detail there at the clasp there in the center. As you can see, the soft goods continues down here underneath the plastic part of the robe, and goes all the way down to his feet and on his back. And it's a little bit translucent. You can see a little bit through it, kind of like Darth Vader's cape in the 3 3/4 inch series. I don't really like the translucency to it, but it does look cool, and the texture of it, like I said, kind of like a sports jersey. It seems like it works quite well, and more fraying along the edges there. Definitely several layers here, the way that they cut and sewed it, so it looks very, very cool. His arms look quite nice. You pull up his his cloak, you can see that there's more plastic underneath there, and sculpted, quite nicely. You get his legs and his boots. We can kind of take a peek in there and see what's going on. Basically, you get his pants there, which are sculpted pretty nicely, and you can see just a little bit of his torso. So I'm not always a huge fan of soft goods, but I think sometimes Hasbro gets it right. Most of the time they don't. In this case, it looks really, really good. I just wish it sat a little bit better here on his head, but I mean, other than that, it certainly looks very nice, very nicely detailed figure. So in the way of articulation, Kylo Ren has a ball joint up here at his head. You don't get a whole lot of movement going up or down, but you do get, good side-to-side movement. He's got the ball hinging at his shoulders. He's got ball hinges at both of his elbows. He's got hinges here at his wrists. You can move them upward and downward. He's got a ball-jointed torso. I don't think there's a swivel under here. It's very, very hard to tell, but as far as I can tell, there is no swivel there. It's just the ball joint at the torso. He has ball-jointed hips, so you can move him out quite a bit, especially since he has those splits there in his robe. He's got swivels at the upper thighs. You get double bends there at the knees. And then you get ball-jointed ankles along with rocker swivels. So very nicely articulated Kylo Ren figure. In the way of accessories, Kylo Ren comes with his infamous Crossguard Lightsaber, as we saw in the very first teaser trailer for The Force Awakens that kind of stirred up the Star Wars community. Personally, I think it looks really, really cool, and I'm just a fan of, new and unique lightsaber designs. And, this one looks quite cool. His hilt there has some pretty nice detail to it. Nice difference in coloration. You can see like darker parts, and lighter parts, and gold parts. All around just looks really cool. It has like a little red area down there at the very bottom. The blade itself is kind of like an orangey red sort of color. I kind of would have preferred if it were a little bit deeper of red. But nonetheless, I mean, it's pretty good. The 3 3/4 inch one didn't have these little like sparks appear that kind of connects the 3 blades, but this one does. And I guess it looks pretty cool. I probably would have preferred without it, but I mean, just to mix it up, it looks cool. You can definitely see like the fiery look to the lightsaber. It just looks a little bit chaotic. The saber is like a little bit loose in his right hand. I mean, you would expect it to be a little bit tighter, but if you're going to put it in the left hand, it's still a little bit loose, but he holds it a little bit better in the left hand. And here's a look at Kylo Ren along with the 3 other Sith Lord figures from the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series lineup. Of course, J.J. Abrams has said that Kylo Ren is not a Sith Lord. He is a member of the Knights of Ren. Here is Kylo Ren along with the First Order Stormtrooper. And there he is with his 3 3/4 inch little brother. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. Overall, I must say that I am very, very pleased with Hasbro's efforts in creating the Kylo Ren figure. From a sculpting standpoint, it is a beautifully done figure, very nicely detailed, and very similar to what we've seen in the trailer and the promotional photos and such for Star Wars The Force Awakens. The sculpture on Kylo Ren is absolutely magnificent. Coloration, very good. Like I said, a very nice blending of the soft goods and plastic elements that make up the figure's costume. Articulation I find to be quite plentiful for this particular figure. The lightsaber is very nice. As far as flaws are concerned, the only things I could really say are that the paint could be a little bit cleaner on his face mask. So certainly keep an eye on that when you're purchasing Kylo Ren. I do wish that the head had a little bit more movement. I know that it is hindered because of the plastic robe right below the head, but I do wish that you could move it up and down a little bit more. So that being said, if I were to compare this with the Force Awakens 6-inch Stormtrooper, I might say that I like the Stormtrooper just a little bit better, but I'm still a huge fan of this Kylo Ren figure, and the character is very intriguing to me. Very excited to see him in action in Star Wars The Force Awakens. So if I had to give the figure a rating between 1 and 5 stars, very, very difficult because I think the figure is almost perfect, but it's not quite perfect. But I think it's close enough that I will go ahead and give it the full 5 stars, which, yes, we don't give 5 stars out quite liberally on the channel, like we did with the First Order Stormtrooper. But I think it is close enough, to go ahead and push it up to 5 stars. It's just a really outstanding figure, and certainly one that you will want to have in your 6-inch Black Series collection. Alright, my friends, if you enjoyed this video, I encourage you to please like and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments what you think of Kylo Ren here. And as always, I want to thank you for watching Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, bye-bye.